We were speaking yesterday how a person has to have compassion. Compassion on the other person. When you see him sinning, you have to have compassion for him and not just judgment. And that's called Yaakov redeemed Avraham. And you have to realize that this is the King David hated. He said, "I'll hate those who hate you, Hashem." That was talking about people who are literally heretics, non-believers, but people who are just lost puppies. Those people we have to have compassion over. Okay, fine. Now he moves on to chapter 33. Another method to find true joy in our soul. He says many times we see our heart becomes desensitized. We need to do some cleansing, and to get the light of a joyous heart. He says, you have to think deeply in your mind. Picturing mentally and cognitively the concept of Hashem's unity, non-duality. Okay, interesting. Yehudo is his unity. In Bukharians they say Hudo. Hudo is God. Yehudo is his unity. So it's interesting. But he says, you have to remember how Hashem fills all the worlds, upper and lower. Even this low physical world is also filled with Hashem's glory. Mamash. In His presence, everything is like considered zero. He is alone above in the upper worlds, lower worlds, just like and even this space where we created Shamayim va'aretz, the land, the sky, everything is Hashem's filling up this entire world. If it wouldn't exist without Him whatsoever. And therefore what? And we have to realize that we're just components. Letters of speech and thought are voided in their source, which is the deep core of the soul, and so on and so forth, which is made up of the 10 sfirot. So he goes into this deep concept how we have to realize that the Sefer Yitzirah says that through certain letter combinations of Hashem's name, on the letters you can create things, right? Like the rabbis in the Gemara, they used to create cows using Sefer Yitzirah. Avram Avinu, they said, he created that cow that he served for the angels, they Sefer Yitzirah. That's why it was parv. He gave the meat and butter, right? They needed the meat and dairy. But the point is that through words and letters, the otiyot, you can create, right? It says in the Zohar, it's talk about right about Alma. Hashem looked in the Torah and He created the world. There's a concept that the letters and the Torah make up the creation. It's like a blueprint for the creation. So we have to realize that our source, we're all filled with Hashem's life force, and that life force has in it this makeup of the letters of the Torah, and you have to, for example, the Arizal explains there's 4 letter levels, right? There's Tanta. There's like the letters have the Nikudot. They have the letters themselves. Then you have the Ta'amim. Ta'amim is not even written, right? And then you have the Tagid. You have the crowns, right? So you have the paper, the parchment, you have the letters, and then you have the crowns, you have the Nikudot, and then you have the Ta'amim. So the higher you go up, the less it's on the page, right? So letters are big, Nikudot are smaller, the crowns are even smaller, and then the Ta'amim is not even on the cloth. You have to remember it, memorize it. So there's a
response from the 4 worlds.
Exactly. That's what the Arizal says exactly. So things in this physical world, some things are more higher than others. They're more physical, they're less physical, and each one it corresponds to the different of those 4 levels. But the point is that we're all on one of these levels, and we're all made up of either the letter concept, the Nikudot concept, the Ta'amim concept. This is all spiritual mashal, obviously. But the point is that it's Hashem creating us and giving us life force every second, and it's a letter combination, names of Hashem. And even the Zohar says that the Torah is one long name of Hashem. So everything the Torah is really also one name of Hashem. So everything is made up by that. Everything is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's involvement. If not, they wouldn't exist. And why does that help us? So we were speaking the other day about this concept, bitul. Bitul is nullification. You mevatel yourself to Hashem. What does that mean? A person can have his ego, and he wants things his way. We were speaking about many times about depression and anger. it comes from expectation. It comes from, I want things a certain way. So if you live by, I want certain things a certain way, so then if it doesn't go your way, you get upset, you get angry, you're not happy. But then when you do bitul, when you realize that every single detail of this world is what the Tanya is saying, is coming from Hashem, and Hashem wants everything to be this way, so then you mevatel yourself and you say, you know what, who am I to know better than Hashem? Hashem knows what he's doing. That's why it says whoever gets angry to break a vessel because he's so angry at what happened to him, he's like Oved Avodah Zarah. It means that he doesn't believe that it's from Hashem. It means that he doesn't really live with that. He thinks that he runs the world. But if you would live with the idea that Hashem does every single detail in your life, so then you would accept it. You wouldn't be upset like this. So that's like it's like you're not accepting Hashem's hashgacha pratit, like Avodah Zarah. So he says that when you accepted every single detail, even I went to the store and they didn't have the strawberry yogurt I wanted. They only have the blueberry. I don't like it. You have to know that's also from Hashem. And the Gemara says, what's Isurin of Ahava? Even you go in your pocket and you want to take out $1 and you took out $5. You want to take a quarter, you took out a penny. Even that is from Hashem also. That was also Isurin. Hashem planned that for you to suffer a little bit. So every single little detail is from Hashem. So you have to live with that and know that, and therefore there's very little room for to get upset with things. You have to realize everything's from Hashem, and I'm going with His plan. But that requires a very difficult thing called bitul. Bitul. You have to nullify yourself to Hashem. Hashem is the main story, and I live in His world. Some people think the opposite. Think of that, there's my world, and if Hashem fits, it's like the guy. Oh, mincha is 4:00. Oh, Rabbi, I can't make it to mincha. I'm sorry. So what do you mean? He said, yeah, it doesn't fit my schedule. If it fits my schedule, I come. Oh, shiur is 8:00. Oh, sorry, I am home busy at that time. If you make the shiur 9 o'clock, then I could come. It should be the other way around. It should be, I need to go to shiur. I make my whole schedule around the shiur, my whole schedule around tefillah. Not that the tefillah and the mitzvot have to fit my schedule. And that's called making myself nullified to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's difficult, but he says this is going to help you have joy in your heart. Another example we gave with mashal is minyan bitul ziv or hashemesh mikoro. How to realize that the sun's light, right? The sun has a simple light, white, but if you put it through a prism, right, you get multiple colors, right? The rainbow comes out, right, from the sun's rays. So it comes out, the sun's rays is light, pure light. It has in it many different colors. It's just when you get it from the source, it's all encompassing. Same thing with Hashem's essence and Hashem's or itself, His light, and He comes to the sense of this world. He sends it through this 10 sefirot, and it comes out as different rays of light, different colors, different physical things, different makeups of different items in this world. But really, at the essence, it's coming from the same original light of Or Ein Sof. So therefore, he says that just like that mashal, a person has to remember constantly. When you do itborenut, contemplation about this idea, your heart will be gladdened. Why? He says, with all your heart, your soul, and your might, וכי היא קרבת אלוקים ממש, וזה תכלית כל אדם בריאתו. בריאת כל העמי, עולמות עליונים תחתונים, להיות לו דירה זו בתחתונים. And this is the whole purpose of man, which was created for, in the creation of the worlds, upper and lower, in order to have a home for Hashem in the lower world. So therefore, when a person thinks about this, and thinks about how he struggles, and he tries to bring Hashem into his life, and bring Hashem into this world, and reveal the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah is Hashem's presence in this world. Then you will have a joy that you're fulfilling the purpose of the whole world. You have to realize, imagine I make for you, we plan a whole bar mitzvah, right? I hire the musician, and the DJ, and the food, and the decor, and the cake, and I buy new clothes, and I rent out the hall, and I invite 300 people, and basically $30,000 I threw to make sure this whole stage is ready for what? And I call bar mitzvah who says, Abba, I'm not coming. What do you mean? This is bar mitzvah, everything's for this. What do you mean? I just spent $30,000, you're not going to come? So Hashem says, this whole world, all the zebras and all the elephants and the waterfalls and the creation, the buildings, all of Manhattan, all the businesses, Bitcoin, everything in the entire world, I made a stage for you to come to make for me a home for the revelation of the Shekhinah, to do Torah and Mitzvot. And if you're going to tell me you're not going to come, you're not going to fulfill the whole I made all of this. Why? The last Mishnah Perkei Avot says Hashem created everything. Hakol bara lichvodo. Everything He created was to make honor for Hashem. So therefore, when you do a mitzvah, You have to remember, he says, you're fulfilling the whole history of the entire universe and the whole purpose of the universe for you, little you, to come and do this mitzvah. Baruch Nayolam, amen.